All right, there it is. What's going on, world? Let me do a quick adjustment. Let's try that. A slight adjustment here. You know, if you guys haven't known, I haven't done a package opening in a long time. Um, this is one that's going to include the CX blades from Hasbro. Those just released actually a couple of weeks ago, or I got, some of these were slowly coming in. Um, this month, like week per week, I was getting them in spurts, and for whatever reason, I got like two. It was weird. I got two Amazon packages. So what I mean by that is like, for example, Drawn Brave, right? I got the Drawn Brave in one box, and then another separate box just had it in there too. I don't know why they didn't just sandwich it together and put it in the same box, but I guess that's kind of thoughtful that they had it in separate boxes. But nonetheless, same thing happened with excuse me, what are they calling this one? Reaper Incendio. I almost said Hell's Reaper, but same thing. So yeah, I've been kind of waiting on these. I think this is the last of the lot of things that I had ordered. Amazon had put out a pre-order for a bunch of blades that were coming out for Hasbro. Um, so basically, let me kind of just run through this. Also let me preface this by saying I haven't done one of these in a while, so I literally blew the dust off this area real quick. So I'm kind of just like blew a little, there's a little bit of dust kind of to the right of me that way. That's where the how do I explain this? Bookshelf is at. My bookshelf is there, and the mount is attached to it to make my life easier. So I blew a little bit of dust kind of in the air. On top of that, it is somewhat beginning of summer transition out of allergy season. So if I have to take a sneeze break, blow my nose break, I'm gonna do my best to take the mic off and go to the side. So shoot, let me move some stuff around. I also got like a whole bunch of whales. So if you're here for this video, stay tuned to the next video because I will. There should be a, well, I guess whenever this video comes out, the day after, hopefully the day after. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna try to do a video where I open all the whale boxes. So I'll give you an example real quick. I actually got six of these. Let me tell you kind of a bit of a story before I get carried away here. These tide whales, aka the Tide Pod. Oh, excuse me, not the Tide Pods, whale waves, right? Anyway, these whale waves slash Tide Pod whales, that come with the 580 Elevate. This is the prize whale that people are trying to get. Real quick, let me grab this from like the Asian random booster boxes or whatever. This is a Bays and Bricks box right here, or order from Bays and Bricks, excuse me. And then this was the one from Amazon. So the whole point that I'm showing you this for is that the max pre-order when these were released on Amazon were six. Now, if you didn't know, if you were to get a prize whale on Bays and Bricks, Mala Toys, during that time period, it was anywhere from $28 to $34. Obviously, with all the tariffs, it's probably like 34, 35 now. Back then, it was probably 20 something. Maybe I'm doing the math wrong, but nonetheless, if you got an $8 whale wave, which is pretty much the prize, which comes with Elevate. Let me show this again. Comes with this Elevate bit, so it says E right here. 580 is the ratchet, Elevate is the bit. Comes with that Elevate bit. That's why it was charged so much. The Leon Claw was the same thing. Leon Claw and whale right now, 30, 40 something bucks. If you're lucky to get it from another seller on like eBay or like Mercari or something. But these were pretty much being sold for $8 each. So if you do the math, you know, let's just round it down to like $30. 30 minus 8, that's $22. $22 times 6, 22.66, and then that is $132. I just saved $132 getting an Elevate bit by doing, what did I do? 8 times, so 8, 16, 24, $48 compared to $132. You do the math right there. So that is kind of one of the cheat codes I did. I got 6 whales. I gave one of the boxes to my brother. I'm giving another one to a friend to trade for his whale because he really wanted whale with Elevate. So when I see him on Sunday, shout out to Melon 420. He's going to be in a lot of upcoming. Matter of fact, watch his match with Mars Rover that I just did. Recorded, I should say. Anyway, let's get to this. Hold on. And then what was I going to say? So the whales, that's what that is. I had like 6 of them. Gave one to my brother. Giving one to Melon 420. I'm probably gonna open one for myself for the video. We'll see if I do it for the video. That's the other thing is like when you guys watch the whale video, when I do the whale one, you're gonna see 5 Base and Bricks boxes, and then I also got like 2 of the complete 3 sets. So that's like 11 whales in total from Base and Bricks plus the Amazon box. The thing about the Amazon box is I might not open it. So we'll see how that goes. But like I said, bear with me for this one. We're gonna try to slowly go through and assemble, inspect each of these things here, and then really just try to figure out. I'm really gonna take my time today. It's been a while since I did. Usually when I do hour-long content, it's because I'm on the actual YouTube live. I still don't have my Wi-Fi hotspot router. Matter of fact, let me tell you that as we go along slowly. So, all right, hold on. Let me grab some things. Like I said, I'm gonna move really slow today. So feel free to fast forward through this. I don't really use timestamps, but yeah. Anyway, these are the three foxes, the three fox brushes that I had ordered from Bays and Bricks. These will probably go up first since they're in the front. You know what I mean? Then we'll get into the CX stuff. We'll get into the lock chips and the ratchets, assist blades. Back here we have a Crimson Garuda Hasbro, Orange Strand Dagger Hasbro. This, I believe, is the Wise Tiger, excuse me, which I believe is white and is it German? I can't remember exactly. And the Gill Shark. So we're gonna go through all that piece by piece. But here we are, guys. Let's get to it. And another thing is, like, I'm big on the Beyblade community stuff. Like, I'm trying to do stuff within the actual local scene as much as I'm trying to do things on the internet. But I'm always trying to move on and find the next new thing that I'm going to film and work on. But for now, don't ever say I never did anything for the community. You know what I mean? Don't ever say I didn't zoom in and do things like this. You know what I mean? Right now, there's good lighting in the room, so I'm taking advantage of it. But if you can see it, you can see it. I'm kind of moving around slowly. Hopefully, you guys got it. If you missed it, you missed it because I'm throwing it away. Guys, I'm throwing it away. Also, like, I'm trying to shoot it as just like one whole format, or like one long formatted video. The reason I'm saying that is because I don't, being time efficient with all the stuff I'm recording at once, I don't have time to edit everything. So that's why I'm kind of just asking people, feel free to fast forward through it. I need to get my space situated here, and I'm going to actually set the mic down real quick because, like I said, all right, all raw, no edit. Trying to do the best I can here. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Like I said, piece by piece, let's inspect what we have here. And then we'll fully assemble it later on. Here we are. Fox brush, I believe is called. Fox brush. Is it Fox brush? I believe it's Fox brush. Actually, like when I saw people bring this into Tabletop Village for the casual meetups that we have, I actually first thought that these were like stickers, like the little red parts, but I guess it's just part of the design. But for those that don't know, you unscrew the lock chip here. So you pop this out. So once you pop this out, the assist blade comes out as well, and I guess you can rotate it however you need. I actually don't know. I don't know if this is slash or what. I don't know my assist blades that well. So, and I'll be honest, like as cool and as fun looking as the CX blades are, they haven't really proved to be that great yet, except for maybe Wizard Arc and Drawn Braves to some degree. I've seen some people use Dark Perseus, use it in a real I don't know about competitive way, but I never doubt any blades. You can't say it can't be done. But so because of that, I haven't really studied up and inspected my assist blade knowledge yet. So forgive me for not knowing what this assist blade is. I would encourage anyone to kind of just like, cross-reference this while you have this video up. Probably open up another tab, pull up your own browser in the background if you're on your phone. Just look up Fox Brush, Prize Base, see what the assist blade is. I wonder if they're all the same. Actually, we're going to find out together. We're going to find out together. But hey, again, if I didn't say before, man, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for dropping in and checking this out. Let's count the ridges that we have here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That looks like a 970. That is a 970. There it is. Fox brush comes with this 970. A nice red and white. It's not. It's slightly translucent, but not really. It's like here. Let's make it clear. I see my hand on the other side. It's like slightly translucent, but it's more like red and white. It's actually pretty cool. It's actually really cool. Also, like for those tuning in and they're wondering like what happened to the Dronzer Cup, we did complete, that first part of the Dronzer Cup. There's 3 more parts we need to complete. So I need to record those 2. Like I said, the Wi-Fi in the area, the connectivity, the whatever, all of it is pretty bad right now in the area. So I just can't really record at the house live at least. So you always see me outside walking around doing like stuff outside. But right now I have to do these things kind of like pre-recorded. Anyway, This is the Gear Rush bit. So it kind of like, if you're familiar with Gear Point, Gear Flat, Gear Flat would have like a small circular indent, but this is like more like Rush, where Rush is just like a straight slated, flat, like straight up just flat, no indents, nothing, just straight up flat. There's kind of like a line that goes through it though, which is interesting. Not sure what to make of that, but it is what it is. I like it. It's a beautiful blade. If you're ever trying to create some themed blades with like lavender and white, throw that on the El Drago. If you're doing X Legacy format, X Limited, X Legacy format, things like that. But actually, I've seen somebody using Gear Rush in X Legacy. I can't remember who it was. With that being said, shout out to my friend Trias Marquez. Trias Marquez won the last X Legacy tournament. That vlog should be coming out. I think it already is. Um, it's called damn, I forgot what it's called. Roller Defensor question mark, and then Night Mail to Texas. So that was a really fun event that we had. But yeah, also shout out to Dylan 2000. He's out there. He's a kid that's from here, to my understanding, and he would kill it. He was about 12 years old. He used to come to tournaments and he would kill everybody at a fucking Beyblade X. And actually, X Plastics. I'm not sure if he did Burst. Maybe he did a little bit of Burst, but for sure, like all formats, he was just killing everybody. He's a 12-year-old kid, but he's going to Texas, and shout out to him and his family. Safe travels and everything. They're probably already there by the time this video gets out. Um, yeah, he was just killing it, bro. We did a bad base tournament. I tried to give him a bad bay, and he said, "Oh, you." He didn't say you fucked up, but he pretty much said I fucked up because I gave him a Shinobi, knife Shinobi on wedge, and he was merking with it. He's out here killing. All right, y'all. Let's move on. There we are. This is the CX0602. CX0602. I guess I forget this is classified as a CX Bay. Let's see, where is Fox? Fox is still there. All right, cool. I'm just making sure that you guys get this code. All right, there it is. Is it focused? Everything looks focused. Making sure that this is in the shot. All right. Yeah, guys, I've been suffering with a little bit of I don't know what it is, where it's just like I just feel more sick than usual. So I'm taking my time. I'm pacing myself as I do this. If I choose to rush it, it might be because I might want to add the whale portion to the end of this, but why not do 2 videos, right? Why not make it 2? So yeah, there it is. Last time showing you. In case you didn't know, I'm walking off because I have a small garbage pile in the corner. I'm keeping myself organized as I go. It's good for my brain. It's good for just discipline and practice here. Let's get to it. Got the trusty box cutter here. Now this one right here is beautiful. Let's not lie. The Black Fox, dude. And this seems like the same assist blade. The same. Hold on. Let's actually inspect it further. They look exactly the same. Am I wrong? Yeah, it's like 9. Wait. Yeah, that's 9 blades. Kind of like the 9-tailed fox. Kind of like the 9-tailed fox here. So yeah. Oh. Alrighty. Is this? Oh no, that is not the right one. Let's get to the ratchet. I've been seeing people bring their bringing their fox brushes to the tabletop meets. So I've been kind of looking forward to, using this. I'm gonna have to blow my nose in a second, but let's check this out. This is a 080. Excuse me. Beautiful 080. Nice. All right. Excuse me for 1 second. I'm going as quick as I can. There it is. This time I decided to step outside of the room. Wanted to spare you guys the disgusting festivities. So yeah, let's get into the bit. Let's see what the bit was. I didn't do much research. I kind of just, I saw that it was up for pre-order. I pre-ordered it. I can't remember what day that was. It was a couple weeks ago. Oh wow, it's a black disc ball. First time I've seen this, a black disc ball. Yeah. This is probably like really like that seems like really tall, like a 080 on a disc ball. That seems taller than usual. That seems taller than it needs to be. You know what I mean? See. I mean that's really cool. Like aesthetically, this really works though, because if you were like a lot of people who are actually running unicorn on disc ball, which is like it's good for stamina, but if you wanted to like use unicorn as a attack build, I almost prefer taper. You know, taper or that's a good question. I'm trying to think of another good attack bit. I'm trying not to overthink too. Sometimes I just throw stuff together. I did throw unicorn on dot. That was a little fun. But yeah, this hold on. Let me. This is what I mean. So it's just like significantly taller because of the 080, but then the disc ball is like a really tall bit. So you can kind of see. Let me kind of refocus a bit. You know what I mean? Let me do this. That's probably a little better if I just flatten my hand out. That's a distance right there. So these are millimeters, I believe. Excuse me. Let me put this down. Fox brush on the 080. So yeah, that's a little interesting, man. That's a pretty tall blade, to be honest with you. I'm kind of interested to see like I guess I've already seen it in practice, like people trying out different fox brush builds, things like that. I don't know. We'll see, really though. All right, let me see something here. Okay. All right. Hold on 1 second. Got to move a few things. Make sure all my blades are still in focus here. Yeah, I've been doing a couple adjustments here. I was moving, I had the camera in the perfect position, but I still might move this for like later tournaments because I'm gonna do some things after the Dronzer Cup. I've been cooking it up. People at the library have been seeing me printing these papers and doing some logistical stuff. Oh, excuse me, before I open this. There we go. Make sure it's all there. CX0603. So like this is, if you have the Japanese app, try it out. If you have the Asia app, I believe you can use this for the Asia app. So, hopefully this is helping people that need the help. Deserve the help was a stretch, right? That's a deserve. That's a stretch of a statement, I guess you would say. But yeah, try that. Let me know how that works. All right. Don't ever say I didn't do anything. Don't ever say I didn't like not leave it on the screen for more than like 30 something seconds or whatever. Is that 30 seconds? I lost track a little bit. I kind of looked away. Anyway, carry on. You guys know anything about me? I'm very unprofessional. I'm very kind of just like, let's just wing it. As you can see, I'm not in the best health right now, but I'm doing my best. Just being home kind of sucks because it's almost like the amount of dust that I haven't cleaned out yet, where I'm still, working around as I'm moving things around in the room. It's almost like that's kind of backfiring on me, and I should be outside with fresh air. But same thing happened. Literally, I was walking around, and then nose was just leaking at the library. I was like, dude, this is bad. This is bad. But I don't know, man. It's strangely like, oh, excuse me. There goes the gold. This time of the year is kind of like bringing out the worst of the sinuses, for me at least. This is a beautiful gold fox brush. Let me try something real quick because you couldn't imagine it, but it is 7:42 p.m. right now. But I need some backlight behind me, so let's see if this helps a little bit. Clear, golden, translucent. See. Actually, that's nice. That is beautiful. That's actually really good. That looks beautiful. You know. Let's see. The bit piece by itself. I forget the proper terminology. Let me know if it's bit piece or bit chip. I'm so used to seeing bit chip from like the plastics days. I don't know if that's necessarily still accurate here, but that is a. I'm not sure which one I like. If I like the gold or the black one more. Everyone's talking about the prize. I think the Gear Rush and the prize is like the true prize, if that makes sense. This is, yeah, it feels like the Ratchet. Second, I'm like, what the hell? Okay, let's take a look at it. That is a 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 260. Is that right? Yeah, that is a 260. Another, literally the same color scheme. The middle's more translucent and see-through. It, you know, it reminds me of like honey. It just like the not obviously not the texture, but like the look of it. I almost said texture. But this round part right here, like the little. Here, let me just show this out. Like this part is like translucent, but this one's a little more like cloudy yellow. But that reminds me of like a cough drop. I don't know why. It just feels like a honey cough drop, like a lemon honey cough drop. Just like a weird color scheme idea that they almost perfected here. Does it match? I mean, the assist blade color with the middle of the ratchet kind of does. I would say, I don't know. That's just my thing. You know the same thing with the outer bit chip thing. This is actually like I like this one. I'm not gonna lie. I do like the gold one a little more. The black one is like because you know everything black is good. Like you know you wear all black. It's like you don't have to think about colors and being fashionable. But the scheme of the translucency and then the gold with it, like they really thought it out. And then also if you look carefully, there's still gold and then the black trim. So the gold and black trim. Like I just like the concept of it. The eyes seem to be kind of bluish. Am I looking at that right? Yeah. So they did this right. And then here we have a, oh, it's a beautiful Golden Unite. Dude, what the fuck? A gold Unite. Kind of like beige, but yeah, sure. It blends really well with this, man. It works really well with this. Nice. All right, there it is, man. The Golden Fox Brush. All right. Be right back. Let me throw this away. All right, guys. How fast was that? Probably not fast at all. It's important for me that I throw away my trash, clear my nose out, blow my nose out, and then wash my hands. Like I just gotta, I have to do my thing, you know. So forgive me here. Gotta be non-sick. That makes sense. Let's see how much space do I have. I think I have space for the other three. Let's leave the blade here. Should we go left to right? Let's go left to right. What do you think? We went left to right here. Maybe we'll go right to left. So we'll go kind of go into like a snake kind of pattern. For any of those that have played the old, you know, Nokia game, some may not know. I will say something funny, you know, like back to matter of fact, if you guys watch, I have a vlog up for my friend Z. He had he was an organizer now, so he was in charge of this tournament called the Antibody Tournament. I forgot the theme of it, but the prize was actually some Digimon cards randomly enough. Because we just it was kind of last minute, so we didn't have prizes to give away. But the funny thing was, back to our friend Dylan, the 12-year-old kid, he won a pack of Digimon cards for being like third place or something, and then right away he's like, "What is Digimon?" And we were cracking up. Like a lot of us were born 90s, some of us kind of I guess 2000s. The more I think about it, yeah, that's so crazy to think about. Some people in the space are like how many years younger than me, so like they didn't live through the plastics era. Oh, that's I was like, what the hell is this? I guess it comes with a proto launcher. I'm giving this to my friend Neo. Oop, almost dropped it. All right. Proto launcher is actually really good. Hold on. Let me see something. If you could play with this, man, you're nice. And see, that's the thing is they keep on going too. So that's why we attach them to the Chimera grips. But for those that know, you know. But if you don't know, don't worry about it. Let me set this to the side. Give this to these guys later. I'm just donating some stuff to them. There it is. Okay. Make sure I got everything. There are no, yeah, this is Hasbro, so there's no codes. It's just recyclable stuff. Oh, you know what's funny? I did all of that cutting, like precise cutting, just to have that. Like, what the? I forgot all about this. I'm sorry, guys. But you know, that's just my brain is organized in that way where like I just have to keep the box flat. This is how I recycle. That's how I grew up recycling. Flatten the box out. Flatten the box out. You save more space when you throw shit in the recycle. Some people just throw the boxes of whatever they have just straight up in there. You gotta be organized. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong for thinking that way. Yo, what's up with this, man? Like, think like, hold on, man. Somebody's over here fucking with shit. I'm just looking at something. Like, there's something in my room that just like seemed like it was moved around. I just had a weird. Who's fucking with this? I don't know if I did. I move that? I might have. I might have. Anyway, let's see. Open this slowly. Don't want nothing to fly out. Slow is mastery. Something my friend told me a long time ago. All right. Matter of fact, let me check the box real quick. This would be turn. So, Hells, or excuse me, not Hells. Reaper Incendio, that's what they're calling it. I have to look at the box. Reaper Incendio. This side is up, obviously. Excuse me. Am I doing this right? Has that Hasbro code, which is beautiful. Let's see. Kind of goes in right there. That is the turn. Turn assist blade. All right. I like how Hasbro has theirs all separated and you assemble it yourself. It does kind of save space. Like, it is a different kind of a, you know, whatever the word is. I don't know why this doesn't feel so snug. I guess it just is the way it is. Yeah, there it is. The blade, top layer for Reaper Incendio, Hasbro release. Now let's get this going. One of my favorite ratchets. Oh no, this ain't it. I thought this was a 070. It looks like it has the same color as the 070 from Scorpio Spear. A weird brain association moment. Excuse me. Put the trash here. Allergies are killing me today. Kicking my ass, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, here we have a 470. There is a black and red 470. Yeah, black and red 470. Nice. Interesting. Let's see if we can put it the other way. No difference. Makes no difference, really, the way it lines up. You guys be the judge of that. What do you think? Seems to be the same. Nah, it seems to be the same because it is like an even number, and so, you know, the turn is 4, and the 4 is obviously a 4 ratchet. So yeah, I knew someone who was like running everything as stock, and I was like, you don't have to do everything as stock, but it was just their niche. Like they ran everything as stock, and I was like, all right, if that works for you, it works for you. You know, what can I say? Yeah, and this is the kick bit for those that are unaware. It's actually, let me see if I can get the shape right in the camera. Anyway, it's more like a hexagon, you know, like nuts and bolts. Let me see, can I? A little better. I don't know. It's not really good lighting, but it is like a, you know, hexagon shape. So I was telling people it reminds me of like taper mixed with flat. It's more stamina than flat, you know, more power than taper. So it's like the middle ground, but it has its properties. I've seen people run different builds with it. You can do straight up attack builds with it. I would run it as an attack bit. If you're relying on it for stamina, don't expect as much stamina as like the more rounder bits, like a unite. Unite's probably the best balance of attack and stamina, realistically. You'd almost want to throw this on your MVP or your least reliable blade, but that's just, you know, this is all like build theory when you're doing 3-on-3 deck style, things like that. Also, like, you got to think about if you're doing like just straight up Hasbro tournaments, if you're doing just straight up Hasbro tournaments, which is funny because that's the theme of one of the ones that are coming up in July that we're gonna do, or Luffy is hosting, I should say specifically, um, then yeah, it's nice to have, you know, an assortment of these kind of Hasbro blades with all different stuff. So Pearl Tiger will be coming with a Unite as well. That's like the original. Oh, it's not Wise Tiger, it's Pearl Tiger for Hasbro. That's funny. Gale Shark has the 470 orb, so, and it's that beautiful like aquamarine orb. Yeah, we're gonna get into all of that. All right. All right. Let's see. Forgive me for taking my time here. You know, it's the journey, not the destination, guys. Come on, man. Bear with me. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Did I get that already? I got it. Slightly making this more difficult than it needs to be, but you know, it is what it is. All right, guys. Let's see. This is the Arc Wizard 455 low orb. Really, I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. Other people have made it work really well. I know some people who put it in their rotation. It's not really my thing, but to each their own, right? That's the beautiful thing about the different assortment of Beyblades that we get. You can really build anything, any kind of build you want. Protos are actually the best. Like I said, we put those with the Chimera grips. Maybe I'll pull that out later and show it to you guys. Pause on that. That sounded a little crazy. But yeah, let's get into it. I just want to make sure everything's in the shot. Fox brush, all this. Okay, good. Spacing is great. It looks like we're running out of space here, but I think we'll be fine. All right. I'm also monitoring and keeping track of my own time here, so you know, I'm just pacing myself as I open these slowly. Shit, this is low-key my version of ASMR. Talking blaze with you guys, just trying to speak calmly. You know, we're not even letting it rip or nothing, so we're good on that end. Let's keep our area prepared a bit. All right. Set open slowly. Oh, there we go. See, things starting to fall out already. And I do like the yellow on this. It's like, oh, let me show you this. Arc Wizard R 455 low orb. R, I believe, means round. So let's find this out all together right now. This is the Arc, I believe, because there is a Hell's Arc, or I guess they would call it a Reaper Arc. No, it would be Arc Incendio. Yeah, it would be Arc Incendio, if that makes sense. So there's a Reaper Arc, Hell's Reaper, or whatever. And that's a 2-blade as well. So this like top thing here, and then the round is like this. So let's see. Actually, hold on. Let's put it together real quick. Ooh. Remain calm here. So it kind of lines up this way. If you see, this is the gap here. Hold on, let me zoom out. The gaps are here. If I was to rotate, because it rotates in threes based on the shape, you can have the gaps on this end, that end, and then up top. And if you were to rotate back the other way, I'm assuming it would have the, yeah, very close to the edge again. So I almost prefer it. I could be wrong, but I almost prefer, like, you should probably do it this way. Is this right? No, that wasn't the way we had it. This way, back here, where these gaps, the blade here has the gaps, and then the assist has the gaps where the blade would take place. So that's the balance. That's my assumption. You know, I'm not an Arc Wizard user, but that's my assumption for the best way to assemble, if not build it. Also, you gotta love the bit shit, man, on this one. It's a more snazzy or sassy wizard compared to the other ones. The other ones are very serious. Hold on. You know, the Arrow Boy, the Wizard Arrow Boy. He's a little focused. He's almost like too focused. You know what I mean? It's like, why are you this focused right now? Like, he's focusing on something. Yeah, he's a little different. That's also like the way that one looks. This is, you know, this one right here. Look, this looks more like a school photo. This Arc Wizard, it looks more like a school photo, like a senior photo right here. This is how you know like we're in the third stages of wizardry. Is that we went from arrows to the rod, which is the wand or whatever, and now we got the arc. So for those that know, this is like for future reference. Shout out to the Charleston Arcs. Shout out to the Charleston Arcs in the Drasil conference. If you don't know, you're gonna find out in the future. Trust me, I got a lot of stuff in the works project wise, and I might even flash it on the camera real quick. Sounds crazy to again. Pause. All right, you know what I'm saying. But let's get into this, man. Make sure we stay organized here. This is the 455 ratchet. But one second, let's get into this piece by piece. Need to move things around. You can't tell from the camera view, but I'm running out of real estate here a little bit, so I'm going to slightly move things back again. I'm going to keep things a little more compact and close to each other, because it's actually the edge of the little board that I have set up here. And everything's still in the shot. I think everything's still in the shot. As long as I got it there, let me slide it over slightly, because I think I could fit it all in there. Yo, pause on everything. Yo, I'm telling you, man, that's my bad, man. Like I'm over here just like not on. That's how you know I'm not on my A game, man. You got to speak correctly, because you just never know. Misinterpretations and all that. 455 kind of works. Like I get why they put it, like why they paired it up with this. Let's see, man. And it's interesting because it's like compared to other ratchets, it's just like one whole piece aside from this little white thing. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. So it's just a slight, and obviously if you flip it the other way, literally the same thing. So yeah, but it's just like it doesn't ride as high as like Dark Perseus or something. That's actually the other one I'm waiting on in the mail for. But yeah, that's really interesting, man. I like 455 honestly. I do like the one that came with Rhino, I believe, or was it the other arc? I forget what set it was. But here is your low orb. If you guys don't know, these three I damn sorry, I accidentally kind of spit on the phone right there. Also my window's like damn, my window's wide open, so let me know if you hear some other shit outside. Anyway, if you see these three little incisions, that means low. So you can also find it on low excuse me. I think low flat has that, low rush has it. There's another low bit I'm thinking of, right? So low orb, low flat, low orb, low rush. What am I missing? I feel like those are the main ones, but yeah. Yeah, it's a really compact build when I think about it compared to the other CX builds here. Let's see something. Yeah, significantly more of a. Let's see something. Flatten out a bit. Here, let me use 2 hands. Hey, yo. All right. Yeah, as you could tell, it's a little taller. You know what I'm saying? So there it is, man. The Arc Wizard. That's kind of a cool like stock wise. I haven't really tested it. I think I tested it when I first opened these, like I don't know, a couple months ago. But that was the Keratomia ones. But even then, I was like, this is like a what's it called? This makes sense. 455 low orb. This is as compact as you're gonna make it. But you know, the orb, you're kind of a sitting duck. You know, at least it's not like a needle bit. At least they didn't give it like a weird. They didn't come up with some weird low needle bit or something. That'd be stupid. Nobody wants to see that shit. I mean, when you know what? Actually, they have under needle. Under needle's not bad. It just depends on what you put it on, right? You know what? Speaking of under needle, I just thought about some builds that I probably should create coming up, but we'll see. I'm gonna wait and be patient for now. I don't think I can use it in the Hasbro tournament. Because I don't know if is under needle released in Hasbro. I don't think so. I don't think so. I might not be able to use that. Let's see. Like I said, guys, I'm doing things the slow way. Taking my time today. We're creating a Beyblade ASMR here. I've been watching a lot of ASMR to help me sleep. Just random shit. It's really just like girls' voices that, you know, like, because girls have softer voices. So just women, like, just saying shit in the camera and, like, using paintbrushes and shit. But I'm, like, talking low. I'm, like, kind of sick. And there goes the other 3 blades. Like I said, Grand Dagger 470 Quake. An orange Quake. That's kind of cool. Scarlet Garuda, aka Crimson Garuda. It's kind of weird. Scarlet. I guess that's fine. 470 trans point. So you getting that trans point up in there. Here goes that proto. Uh-huh. So yeah. Our friend who helps print, shout out to Neo, he helps print the what do you call these? Chimera grips. They use proto launchers on there. So actually while we're at it, where's the complete one at? You know what? These are not working right now. Actually, let me grab this because that way I can coordinate some things. But yeah, this is a little handle I use here. I need to put the orange grips back on it. Matter of fact, let me do that while we're here on this video. But the proto launcher has a little 3D print, you know, cover thing on it that keeps it all together. You know, this one's kind of loose actually, so I might have to get some readjustments, some hammering done by some people. Let me throw on the orange grips. The grips are actually from the plastics era, so let's take care of that real quick while we're at it. Oh yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. And then while I'm also at it, let me add the newest. I got a newest keychain that a friend of mine gave me. I was actually trading Pokemon cards with her, but I'm gonna shout her out in a second. I don't know if she has a store. Actually, I don't think she has a store because she's just a kid. So I don't think she has like no internet privileges. I shouldn't laugh at that. It's just kind of funny to think about. But yeah, there's some nice kids in the community that come around at the card shop. You know, they're nice to me. So I'm like, oh, you know what? I like when people are nice to me because it's like they don't have to be. Does that make sense? Let me take this out real quick. All right, there we go. So I have like multiple charms, but this would be it. This is the Chimera grip, and then I have my Meruem, aka Ant King, with Reptar, because this is actually a Reptar themed grip right here. But here, let's do this real quick. Let me attach this new keychain that I got because I really want to put it on the green one. All right, 1 second. There we go. So shout out to my friend Murasaki. I just met them, but I really wanted a Nidoking keychain, and they make these little, like, I guess it's like glass plastic kind of things. So she makes these, and this is really nice. This is really sweet because she was like, "Do you want one?" And I was like, I don't even know what those are." She's like, "They're just Pokemon things," and she has like different Eevee, Pikachu ones or whatever. And I was like, "Can you make a Nidoking one?" And she just made. Oh, sorry, did I show the other side? She just made a reverse, so I have the King and the Queen on here, which is dope. I was like, "Bro, this is crazy." So I don't know, man. I like having handmade kind of stuff. Like it's really nice to have like a thoughtful gift like that. It means a lot. Here, let me move some things around because I gotta empty my backpack. I have all this stuff that. Dang it! Why? I'm like super disorganized right now. Bear with me. I'll show you my proper setup. Here's my proper setup here. I prefer putting the winder on here. We have these attachments. We're kind of sidetracked, but it is what it is. We'll get right back on track in a second. But yeah, that's just my preference here. I know some places probably don't really allow these like extra attachments and stuff, like some cities and some rules, but we're just doing what we do here. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? I forget I only have one. Okay, I'll leave that there. Compromise. It's over. All right, here we go. Let me detach some things. And then on the other hand, here is I'm just showing off at this point. My other launcher. This is the piss launcher. When I put the orange handles on here, or the orange grip rubber accessories, it's like mac and cheese. But I keep the kings on it. King Boo, Metal King Slime, and now we're throwing this guy on there. Moving a few things around. Keeping it jingly. And there's probably some dumbass that's gonna go in there like, oh, that just seems obnoxious, or why do you guys have those? We have them because we can. If you don't have them, become a 3D printer. Have some friends that do. How about do shit for your community? because we got so many people in our community that do so much different shit. We got guys that 3D print accessories, and they're, you know, WBO organizers and WBO judges. You know, they're very reliable people. And like, what are you guys doing in your section of the world of Beyblade? Are you just complaining and bitching about things that aren't happening? Or are you making shit happen? So that's what we're doing over here. I don't know how it is over there, but I love the Pacific Northwest community because Seattle group, Tacoma group, shout out to Portland, shout out to the guys out in Spokane, shout out to people up in Bellingham. Shit, shout out to all the people up here, PNW, shout out to Vancouver, shout out to Latte, Fire Red, all them guys, Blanks and Cole up in Bellingham, my guy Red Matrix, come on now. Good people, Chief Bongo, Sushi Grade down in Portland, what we doing? Your boy Jackson down in Spokane, man, shout out to all my people, what we doing, man? What we doing? Like, it's just like everyone's tight knit and connected. Like, if you know, some people, I swear to God, like whether it's online in the comment section or just on YouTube and shit, like Discords and all that stuff, whatever it is, people would just bitch and complain about what works and what doesn't work. But it's like, what are you doing for your community? What are you doing for the actual groups of people? Because when you think about it, guys, this is a kids game. So if you're not pushing things forward for the youth or like the kids game or the people around it, because you got to understand, like a lot of friends that we make at the card shop, they're just strictly card people, but they enjoy having us around, and we enjoy being in their space and being allowed in their space. You understand? So make some shit happen where you guys are at. Make things easier for people. Make things convenient. You know what I'm saying? Make shit free. That's the other thing. I don't know about all these weird tournaments charging money. You know, I don't know. That's just me. You know, if you can afford the toys, you can afford to show up for free and just play. You know, just have people just show up. Some people just are strictly prizes. This ain't, you know, this is like in Asia, it's a little more competitive, which I understand. I get it. All right, so they call this one Courage Drawn, which is strange because I like calling it Drawn Brave. But Courage Drawn on Slash 660 Vortex. So now I have a spare Vortex to utilize. Hold on. Wait, am I doing this right? Okay. There goes the three blade there. You know what I'm saying? With the Slash, I love Slash. This is actually a really nice looking blade. Can't deny it. Look at this. Is this the right way to set it up? Let's see. If I spin it, yeah, it's fine. I use this analogy all the time. Hold on, let me put the Drawn Brave, Courage Drawn, excuse me, bit chip, lock chip, I guess you would call it, inside. This is beautiful. Shout out to the Oakland Braves. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Yeah, like if you're in the future and then you find this video in the past, from the past, like you'll understand what I'm saying when I say the Oakland Braves. It's not gonna make sense right now. I'm telling you. And the Morgantown Reapers. If you know, you know. Also, that's orange, but shout out to the Jackson Daggers, man. What we doing? They don't know. Nobody knows what's happening. This is future talk and conversation. Like if you find this, and I'm telling you, if you find this video in the future, it's only gonna make sense then. Right now, it doesn't make sense. It makes no sense. Like I said, I'm working on a couple projects here. They're not ready. And my comment section is gonna be filled with, you know, people and kids that just want to have fun and enjoy the sport and enjoy the visuals of what's gonna happen. So this is what we're doing here. This is all just like informational content as well. But I've always liked 660. 660 is really nice. I forgot that this 660 came from Drawn Brave, aka Courage Drawn. But I like putting this on Wolf, even though it's like a liability sometimes. Excuse me. I'm getting the sniffles. I might have to make that run. But there is the Courage Drawn in all of its glory. Kind of match as well. I'm assuming if I go the other way, it's going to be the same. Yeah, it'd be the same. This is Vortex. So for those wondering, you know, when you have Cyclone, it's the direction it spins is the other way. Vortex is going to the right. You can tell because the flow of the spikes go towards the right. That's how you know it's Vortex. Cyclone is built for the left because it comes with Cobalt Dragoon, which is a left spin blade. And shout out to Left Spin Bays, man. Send my guy a message. You know, send my guy, you know, I'll keep that between me and him, but just send him a heartfelt message. You know, people are going through, you know, sometimes you got people in the community going through hard times. With that being said, shout out to the Boise scene as well. I want to visit there. But yeah, there goes my 6CX bays, man. But hey, like I said, we're here, so let me be right back. Alrighty. I don't know. I may or may not keep that like this obnoxious. I put the mic down and step away and take care of myself. Like maybe I'll keep that in the video. Maybe I'll edit it on YouTube. Like I'll upload it on YouTube and then do like a little quick. I just figured out today how to do some splicing and editing. I actually updated I actually excuse me. I updated a video because it was my friend Mars Rover versus Melon 420. It was a double over finish video. That's mainly what it was about. But I ended the video after the double over finish simply because the result of the match was the round afterwards. And I was like, I don't want to put the result of the match in my videos anymore. The results of the match in the full video are being sent to the actual bladers. So they know the actual outcome. I don't really care about letting the public know about the outcome of these matches. Right or wrong. Right or wrong. Sorry, so when I was speaking about this in analogy, I like speaking about it all the time because, one of my favorite players in basketball, Kevin Durant, he said we get paid millions to play this kid's game. And like hearing that, I apply the same logic here to Beyblade, where it's like, guys, we're playing a game that's designed for kids. Let's see, ages 8 and up. Usually it really means between 8 and 12, but here we are as competitive adults with adult strength, pulling our hardest on the, launchers and ripcords. People who get really butthurt about winning and losing. It's like, honestly, it's like fuck off. Like you're an adult, you have shit to do. The other thing is like a lot of kids just they're begging for the privilege to get new blades every weekend, and it's like they don't understand the concept of their parents getting paid every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? A lot of kids don't understand that. They're like always begging their mom and dad or whatever parent they're living with just for shit that they can't afford, and it's like just to appease them kids. Parents will go out their way, go into the budget, and it's like, you know what, man, just to make this kid happy. Sometimes to shut this kid up, they'll buy them the blade. I don't know if things are like how it was in the 90s, 2000s. So let me slow down on that. Whoa there. It ain't like that anymore. Nah, it was what it was back then. But yeah, so it's just interesting because it's just like the game's not even designed for us adults, but we just enjoy it because we can afford it. We have jobs, we make money, so we can buy stuff and afford it. But we're getting butthurt about a hobby we can afford to do. It's like go do sports, go do something real competitive that requires putting your body on the line, but not this. Don't make a kids game about yourself. Don't become egotistical and narcissistic and damn near evil based off a kids game. Let's get into the bam proto launching, man. Power of the proto. Power of the proto. But yeah, I'm not into all the. That's just me, bro. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just not into all the. People believe that they're competitive when they slander each other. I'm not into that. It's like, bro, just have fun. It's a fun game. It's not the end of the world. It ain't that serious. It's not like your WBL rank determines benefits, and it's not the Hunger Games. Oh I have the highest WBO rank, and because my WBO rank is higher, I get more benefits for my district and my neighborhood because I'm a valuable like, nah, bro, it's just fun, bro. It's just you. Like that WBO rank represents you and your gameplay, and has nothing to do with other people's the way they want to play it, the blades that they want to use. I've heard people slander someone using like I don't know, just like people using different blades. Like, why would you use this blade? This blade is weak, and somehow they still win with it. You doing all this trash talking. People, I want to see people win with Knife Shinobi. Why not? Shinobi Shadow. Why not? All right, there it is. Scarlet Garuda. That's the Hasbro name. Scarlet Garuda. Don't mind my rants. You could really just, if you don't want to hear me talking, because sometimes this is why I don't like editing, because I don't even want to hear myself talk sometimes, which is funny. Just mute it. Just mute it, and then just kind of put this on times 2 speed, and then just watch me open the stuff. But I'm like, excuse me, I'm like getting tongue tied here. I'm like legit, you know, spending time in these communities and just realizing like, oh yeah, this is bigger than us, man. We just happen to be consumers of the toy and enjoying it. Here goes our 470. That is right, 470. 4 ridges down here, 3 down there. That is the 470. And that's another thing too, man. I know I've had a few people kind of just talk about there's nothing going on in my area, and I was like, there's nothing wrong with reaching out, putting a forum out there, and then figuring out if you can find people. You can even put a post on the WBO and say, hey, I live in this rural area of South Carolina, etc., wherever you're at, Kentucky, wherever you're at, and just put the post out, and then you'll find people who are slowly in the area that are willing to travel an hour. I literally caught a 3-hour train ride to Portland to go blade with them. There's no excuses. Just a 3-hour train ride. Sitting down on a train ride, bro. Like on a train. We're not talking about a convenient plane ride where you get snacks and shit. I mean, I guess you can get snacks on a plane, but you gotta pay, But yeah, there it is. Transpoint. It has that little point notch in there. There's no excuses, guys. If you really want the community to exist, make it happen. Yeah. Pretty much. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Like, just make it happen. We're adults here. We can make things happen. Let's make it happen. Let me move this slightly back. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 blades. So let's go right there-ish. Did I really? Hold on. I didn't really fully show you this transpoint feature here. Nice. So some people started off in this mode before they launch. Not necessarily Garuda, but just in general, wherever they put transport on. Because some people put transport on Scorpio Spirit, which is cool. Some people started this way. But the idea is you can start off high, and then in the middle of the match, it does clamp down. And then it gets, that's just for those that don't really quite understand that. I've never really used transport that well. I put it on, I forget which build I had. I was just testing things out. It was a cool build that I made a long time ago. But I don't know. Actually, when I do my next Beyblade draft for the upcoming tournaments that I'm shooting at the house, I do need to put transport in the mix. I need to throw new bits in there. I have so many extra spare like under needles and I have like stupid stuff like high needle and stuff, but it's like I have so much of them. So you don't need to use this all the time. But I have so many spare high needles because I had so many black whales. That's all I use is black whale, bro. That's like my go-to blade. It's like my MVP, bro. You don't understand. Black whale wave. That's why I'm literally trading a prize whale for a black whale wave. You don't. I'm not playing, bro. When I say that's like my blade, that's my blade right there. Everybody finds a blade they resonate with. Shout out to Cat because Cat or Comfy Sleepy because the blade they resonate with is damn near Drasil, which is crazy because I've seen them use Drasil and they've just murked people with it. I was like, bro, how are you? There's no fucking way. How are you doing this? But it's happening. This shit is happening. Hold on, man. Let me there we go. But yeah, I'm just talking, I'm talking about trash here, but at the same time, I'm really backing it up at the same time because it's like, should be a real simple community like that, bro. It ain't even that complicated. Damn, this thing didn't even rip right. There we go. It ain't never got to be that complicated, bro. It should just come off from a place of love, really, but can't, some adults still ain't grown up yet. It's like any kids watching this, excuse my French or my cussing and all that, just understand that some adults, they just haven't grown up yet. So it's not your fault when you run into a I've literally seen one adult. He was actually my friend at one time, but I seen him sulking and being upset at a tournament, and then a 12-year-old kid consoling him. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not, no, I can't with y'all. Orange Grand Dagger. This one I'm actually putting in my pile, like my tackle box. I really want to use this one. I had a blue one that I was using, and it failed me a little bit, and I was sad. I was like, bro, you're failing me. How are you failing me right now? Don't do this. You just failed me. So hopefully this orange one, I might have to weigh it. Maybe that's what I'll do. That might be what I have to do. But yeah, excuse my rambling and my choice of language, man. I'm just like, you run into some of these adults, man, just mind your business. Don't even deal with them. They got issues. There's a 3 plus, that's a 7. That is a 470. That's actually interesting that I'm trying to remember where I got this 470 from. I don't know if I got it from another pack before, but yeah, I like this 470. It's like gold. Is that normal? I didn't even check the box really. Hold on, let me check the box. But let me show you this nice orange Quake. Look at that orange Quake. You know, like when I look at it this way, it does remind me of like a ballerina kind of shoe. Hold on. See what I'm saying? Like the shape of it. Just like on their toes type of thing. But yeah. Color-wise, it matches sort of. Not really. I guess the yellow inside the Dran Dagger, like inside the, like there. Like, you see what I'm saying? Hold on, let me, right there. That's where it kind of, looks like it. Unless that's the back. Hold on. Let me take the ratchet out. Yeah, it's still the same. So that yellow in there kind of does match the ratchet. That's kind of coordination. This orange is a little off. It's just bright. It's just like construction orange. Like, construction cone, whatever. What do you call those things? Damn, cones, whatever. I don't know. What the hell do you call those? Just cones, right? Construct. No, what? I swear there's a technical term for those orange cones. The fuck do you call those? Dude, that's gonna mess me up right now. I don't even, bro. What? Traffic cones. God damn it. Forgive me. Ooh. All right, this is the final one. Hold on. That is Pearl Tiger and Gill Shark. Pearl Tiger and Gill Shark. Really nice parts coming in here. That's the classic Unite, but now I guess there's a Hasbro one. Was there one before? Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, what I say all this to say, like, I'm not complaining about my own personal community. I will say we've had one person that was just overly competitive for no fucking reason. But he hasn't been around in a while. I think he popped up one time, but he hasn't been around in a while. But other than that, I've just been seeing some shit online where people are like real sweaty. I'm like, it's really not that serious, guys. Really not that serious. And I never let that shit affect us in our community. I'm just like, bro, nah, that has nothing to do with us. We don't do that over here, at least. Oh no, damn, bro, it ain't even cut. There it is. There it is. All right, so there goes the parts. Let me hit the quick intermission because your boy got the sniffles. All right, 1 second. Yeah, all right. So honestly, bro, I might really have to do the YouTube editing tomorrow if I'm gonna sit there, crunch some time, man. When I do the quick, upload the video, do some editing and whatnot. You know, that I'm like, I don't want to mess up the flow of the video, really. So we'll see. I'm gonna just listen to the audio, boom, hit the splice, get it straight like that. Because my actual own video editing software isn't that great. Probably better that Hey, yo, hold on. You see this thing? Hold on. Let me grab it real quick. I'm gonna capture this thing and then I'm gonna put it on screen while we're at it. Let me take the blades out first. 1 second. I'm gonna capture this guy and then I'm gonna put him on screen. 1 second. Dude is creeping on me right here. Bro, creeping right there. Hold on, watch this. Uh-huh. I'm gonna throw him away later. But yeah, it's a little spider. He was just on the wall over there. Found a little medicine, there we go, like a vial. Damn, bro. Hold on. You see him? Kind of refocus. He's in there, but yeah. We'll keep the spider in the shot. He's over here hanging out with us. We're not gonna rip any blades, so we're not gonna torture him. Which is, I don't do that. I'm just gonna let him outside. I seen a lady at the it's actually my homie's like wife or his baby mom or whatever, but she brings her daughter to the library all the time. And they smashed this bug. I was willing to pick it up and take it outside, but god damn. Yeah, they murked that thing. A little brown thing with wings. It was like I guess they call it a weevil or something. I don't really know, bro. Can't tell you. Pearl Tiger. Pearl Tiger is low key. And I say this in a funny way because people thought I was being literal and serious. It's the first Impact Drake, and I'm only saying that because these little, not really rubber. I guess it's not rubber. Was the original one rubber? I don't think so. I think it was just part of the layout. But yeah, Pearl Tiger, and that's where the beautiful, where's this at? The 360 and the Unite came from. Nobody likes the blade, which is crazy. Nobody likes the blade. Let me not say that because I know a few people in the community that do. I know a few that do. But yeah, 360. Let's see how it lines up. It says a 3-blade, so you can line it up this way. It's not bad. What's the other way? That seems a little better to me. It's right on these. Weight's right there where it needs to be. I like it. I like it. And it comes with everyone's favorite. One of the most reliable bits, honestly, in the game. In my humble opinion, Unite. Unite looks like taper. It's rounded out. Has the hollow thing in the middle, but it has the dot, kind of like point. But they call this one Unite, which is really interesting. It's like almost all the bits in one. It has the point, the roundness, the indent. It's like the three main factors all into one, and it's just called Unite. Maybe that's why they call it that. I could be wrong. That's just one way to look at it. Roundness, indent, and point. It just has all three combined. That is Unite. Now this one I've actually been looking forward to, and I really want to use it. I don't care what no one says. It might actually be trash. Everyone says it's trash because of the weight, but I'm still gonna use it. I don't care. This is Gill Shark. Tell me that don't look cool, bro. Tell me that don't look cool. Yeah, buddy. Like an orange and aqua, orange, aqua, and pink. Gill Shark. Now it comes with a 4 ratchet, so I don't know. Maybe the 4 is trash. Most people don't use 4s. I like using 4 on Impact Drake. That's just me. But 455 is actually a really good ratchet. It's just bursty. Let's count it up right here. 1, 2. Hold on. That's 4. And then we have 3. So 470. Kind of lines up right there. Hold on. Sorry, let me get this in the shot. Kind of lines up. Let's see. Obviously, if we flip the other way, because it has perfect symmetry with the 2 and the 4, it's literally the same spot. So yeah, 470. But it's like a nice pink and translucent, pink and clear 470 right there. And this is what everybody's been waiting for. One of them bits, man. The baby blue orb from, I think, Wizard Ark or some shit, or Rhino Reaper. That one's beautiful, but so is this. Dude, what is this? Turquoise, aqua low orb? That's a crazy. That's beautiful. Tell me it ain't. Tell me it ain't, man. In all of its glory. Hold on before I set it down. Yeah, buddy. That's just me. That's just me. That's just my humble opinion. But hey, man, there goes my 10 blades. I guess I was gonna open. It was 9 packages, but 10 because those 2 were a double package. So I kind of calculated this video wrong. I was timing my video wrong. Also, shout out to the spider that was on the wall. He will get thrown outside. Yeah. Can't even really. There we go. Kind of hazy, ain't it? Yeah. Anyway, I'll throw him outside. Yeah, man. There goes my 10 blades for this one. A little 6CX that I was opening. These other 4 kind of just to have for X Legacy, and also just to have spare parts. It's always nice to have spare parts. So I'm working on all of that right now. I think when I finish with this video, I'm gonna check my data, see how much data I have left, and then we'll see if I do the whale one. I might do the whale one right after this, because bring all my my stuff up to the library, upload it right away, get the editing down. There it is, man. Stay working. I'm gonna try to get back to doing this at the house more. It's summertime, so I got the window wide open. It's good. Excuse me. It's a good circulation and ventilation up in here. Not really. Actually, it's pretty hot. Literally, when I walk out the room, it feels like aircon. That's how hot this room gets. It's small. It's on the top floor. So yeah. But hey, man, those that tuned in, I appreciate it. Those are my bays right there. 3 Fox brushes. You got the prize one, the black and the gold. You got the what is this called? Oh my god, we just had it, bro. We just had it. Incendio Reaper Incendio or something like that. Wizard Ark, Courage Drawn, because these are Hasbro names, but Hell's Reaper, Drawn Brave. That's the other names. Scarlet Garuda, aka Crimson Garuda. I prefer Crimson. That's just me. The Drawn Dagger, the orange one, which is dope. Vice Tiger, or the Pearl Tiger. Pearl Tiger is an interesting name. And then Gill Shark, which is like my favorite one aesthetically. But everyone's saying it's light and it's not that great. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, man, if you tuned into this, I appreciate it. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace, man. I might catch y'all on the next video. I might clear this out and then just go straight to the whales. So we'll see. Let me get situated. Like I said, let me blow the nose and go through the allergy stuff. All right, no, I'm saying too much. All right, we're done.